Imagine a country with no freedom of speech and no freedom of press, no human rights and no democracy overall. In this country, minorities are oppressed and discriminated, their cultural heritage destroyed. Imagine that this regime mobilizes terrorist forces, creating conflicts with nearby countries and destabilizing the region. It uses a language of terror, threat, aggression, blackmail against the civilized and democratic countries to maintain its power around the world. This regime is trying to expand from Eastern Europe all the way to Central Asia. This is not an imaginary country. In fact, this is happening as we speak. This regime is real, and on 27 September 2020 it launched its final stage of invasive expansion. The regime of Turkey, violating international law, involving terrorists using its puppet regime of Azerbaijan, is trying to invade the last outpost standing in the way of its final expansion, the Republic of Armenia and Artsakh. What do you know about this conflict? Here's the shortest possible recap. Artsakh, aka Nagorno-Karabakh, was historically an Armenian-populated and an Armenian-speaking territory, and the first time it was announced as a disputed territory was by the newly founded Azerbaijan in 1918. In the same year, the Congress of Armenians of Artsakh declared its independence. Artsakh was first illegally integrated in the territory of Azerbaijan in July 1921 by the Caucasus Bureau of the Communist Party of Russia, without taking into account the will of its population. From that point, there have been movements to disintegrate Artsakh from Azerbaijan. The process of self-determination of Nagorno-Karabakh in 1988 to 1991 has been implemented peacefully and in accordance with the international law. Nagorno-Karabakh formed all the statehood attributes: legislative, executive, judicial bodies, armed forces, constitution, state symbols, and participation in the international relations. The Artsakh independence movement was met with force and violence by Azerbaijan, escalating into a war where Armenians were fighting for their right to exist and autonomy. During the 30-year independence of the Republic of Artsakh, there has constantly been an aggressive policy and destructive behavior by Azerbaijan. Nagorno-Karabakh has never been a part of the territorial integrity of sovereign Azerbaijan. You may have heard many things about Armenia and Artsakh, but what you need to know about them today is that Armenians are in war, endangering their existence as a nation, to secure their freedom and democracy in the region. This struggle intensifies by the minute, recording a number of violations and war crimes by Turkey and Azerbaijan, including bombing peaceful residences, causing destruction, killing civilians using missiles that were never before used to attack civilian residences. This is a threat not only to Armenia's existence, but also to the democratic values of the entire civilized world. In many cities worldwide, communities have already united and started protesting against Turkey's violations toward Armenia and Artsakh. In this crucial time, the international community must make a stand against this war and violations. And who is the international community? I am the international community, and I stand for freedom and democracy. And here are 3 things I can do to make a stand. Share this message and raise the awareness. Bring the government's attention to this crisis. Make peaceful protests against this war and crime. We need to admit that there are 2 sides in this conflict. One stands for peace, freedom, democracy, and the right to exist. The other one stands for tyranny, terrorism, and war. I stand for peace. I stand for Armenia and Artsakh. What do you stand for?